Back on MASN All Access, I'm Sarah Perlman, joined by Dillon Tate here in Bowie. Thanks for taking the time.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
It's really hot, so I honestly appreciate it because I'm making you sit out here and sweat with me during this interview.
Yeah, it is a hot one. I'm sweating too.
So how are you adjusting to Bowie so far, besides obviously getting used to the weather?
I mean, it's an adjustment having new teammates and a coaching staff, but so far it's been good, and the guys have welcomed me in with open arms, and it's been good so far.
So you were a part of the Carlos Beltran trade when you were with Texas, now the Zach Britton trade with New York and the Orioles. Are you familiar with it at all? Does it get any easier adjusting to this?
Being that it's the second time I've gotten traded, it's a little bit easier adjusting to it, but it's still tough adjusting initially, but the second go-round does make it a little bit easier.
You were really successful in DoubleA with New York. You come to Bowie, you haven't found as much success. Is that just something because you're working on it, you're fresh, you're getting used to the catchers, or what?
I wouldn't say that. It's just not performing well, really. Just got to go out there and be better and make better pitches and just continue to keep fighting out there.
What have you been working on since arriving here?
Better fastball command, trying to make the ball move a little bit more, hitting my spots more consistently, so yeah.
How would you say this minor league system differentiates from New York's and even Texas?
I would say that it's a little bit more laid back, which is good for me personally, and gives me a little bit more wiggle room to kind of figure out what it is that I need to do personally for myself, and even if it is a little unorthodox, I feel like I have the room to do that here.
If there is one pitcher, whether it's in the Orioles organization or another, that you feel you're similar to, who is it?
I have been doing a little looking around lately, and I feel like I really don't have a MLB comparison as far as my delivery goes, maybe my repertoire, but not so much my delivery and how I go about things.
What's been your favorite part about Bowie since being traded?
I would probably have to say the fans have been really good, really kind, very supportive, and that means a lot.
Dillon, what are your plans for this offseason coming up pretty soon? You guys have just a few weeks left.
Well,
I know, I'm sorry. I know it's hot out here. I apologize.
It is. Well, for the off season, I plan on heading back home to California and plan on just working out, basically, becoming a little bit more flexible and linking up with a speed coach to make sure my running mechanics are a little bit better, more efficient, so I don't hurt my my hamstring, and I feel like that could help me out when I get to the mound.
Now, you see what starting pitchers are in the organization, whether it's in DoubleA and AAA or in the big leagues for the Orioles. Does that give you extra motivation that you could possibly be in the big leagues next year or the following?
Well,
do you think about that?
Regardless of how it's going up there, I just try to focus on what I'm doing right now and becoming a better pitcher and just being ready when it is time for me to be called on so I can have success at that level. Because you see guys that go up and down, and that's really tough to just kind of deal with that mentally. So I would just like to be as prepared as I can physically to go out there and perform.
Dillon, you said you're going to go back to California and work on some stuff. What's one goal you've set for yourself for this offseason?
I really need to become more flexible and do a better job of that and just being limber out there. So that's going to be a big goal, and I feel like that's going to pay off more in the long run as the season continues to develop. And I think that's really going to pay off in keeping me off of the DL. So.
Okay. Dillon, thank you so much, and good luck with the rest of the season.
All right, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.